Thank you for subscribing to our channel. Today is Thursday, December 24, 2020. BBC report: migrant boat sinks off Tunisia leaving at least 20 dead. Tunisian Coast Guard boats retrieved the bodies off the coastal city of Sfax in central Tunisia on Thursday. A search is continuing for at least 20 more people who are still missing. 5 survivors were rescued. The boat, with an estimated 45 people on board said to be from sub-Saharan Africa, was attempting to reach Italy. Overloaded and in poor condition, the vessel faced strong winds that may have contributed to the sinking, National Guard spokesman Ali Ayari told the Associated Press.
CNN report. The View from London as the world turns away. We are publishing personal essays from CNN's global staff as they live and cover the story of COVID-19. Nick Patton-Walsh as CNN's international security editor, based in London. Here, we had expected chaos at the end of 2020, but hoped that it would be self-inflicted, from the nationalistic roll of the dice at the end of the Brexit transition period, when new trading rules kick in as the UK begins a new relationship with the EU.
Fox report: Chris Watts, dreading holidays, will spend it protective custody, according to reports. Chris Watts, the Colorado man sentenced to multiple life sentences for the 2018 murders of his pregnant wife and 2 young daughters, is dreading the holidays, according to media reports. People reported that Watts will spend Christmas and the New Year in protective custody in a Wisconsin prison. He doesn't like talking about his life before prison, but he has said that he used to be a huge fan of Christmas, decorating the house, spending time with family, according to an unnamed source who speaks with him regularly in prison, the magazine said.
Fox report: Los Angeles EMT tests negative for coronavirus after providing CPR to man who died of COVID-19. A Los Angeles EMT on an LAX-bound flight tested negative for coronavirus after providing CPR to a man who had died of COVID-19, according to reports. EMT Tony Aldapa was on an LAX inbound flight when a 69-year-old passenger went into cardiac arrest. Aldapa provided CPR, but the passenger died. A coroner found that the passenger had died of COVID-19, but Aldapa tested negative for the virus, Fox LA reported.
Fox report: lost girl brought to the US amid Sudan war connects with surviving family member after 30 years. As part of an annual ritual, many in the U.S. diaspora from South Sudan, the Christian-majority land parcel that was chiseled off from the Muslim-dominant north of Sudan to become the world's newest official country in 2011, send aid and money to languishing loved ones for some holiday cheer. But in a small South Sudanese village earlier this month, in a shaky phone-recorded message, one man can be seen in his white robe standing before a primitive hut expressing, in his native tongue Dinka, gratitude for such assistance to buy staples like maize and beans.
Deutsche Welle report: Brexit, EU, UK finally clinch, historic, trade deal. The United Kingdom and the European Union have agreed to a post-Brexit free trade deal, sealing the UK's exit from the bloc, the UK government and EU announced on Thursday. EU Commission Chief Ursula von der Leyen said at a press conference on Thursday that, "It was a long and winding road, but we have a good deal to show for it." The UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson tweeted an image of himself in front of a British flag with his thumbs up.
Deutsche Welle report: rural EU citizens more anti-European and anti-democratic, study. A new study carried out by the European Commission (EC) found that people living in rural areas vote significantly more for anti-European parties and are more likely to hold anti-democratic attitudes than those who live in urban centers, said EC for Democracy and Demography Vice President Dubravka Šuica on Thursday. Šuica said the EU study revealed that there is a direct connection between demographic development and the level of democratic approval, adding that the subject of the EU's rural-urban divide is an important topic of discussion for Brussels.
Al Jazeera report: world prepares for Christmas under coronavirus restrictions. Millions of people have been forced to cancel plans or limit Christmas festivities under the new coronavirus measures after a slew of new outbreaks around the world. Following a grinding pandemic year that has seen more than 1.7 million people die from COVID-19, Bethlehem, where Christians believe Jesus was born, was preparing on Thursday for a Christmas unlike any in its recent history. The Christmas Eve Mass at the Church of the Nativity is traditionally the highlight of a holiday season that sees hundreds of thousands of visitors flock to the Palestinian city in the occupied West Bank.
Deutsche Welle report. New COVID variant reaches Germany from UK. German authorities confirmed the presence of the new coronavirus variant on German soil on Thursday, adding to fears that the variant could start spreading beyond the UK and South Africa. A woman who flew in from London Heathrow this Sunday and tested positive at the Frankfurt airport was carrying the mutated virus, said authorities in the German state of Baden-Württemberg. It is the first known case in Germany, they said.
BBC report. Brexit, how EU businesses feel about trade deal. It avoids leaving the EU's single market and customs union on 1 January under World Trade Organization (WTO) rules, which would have meant immediate tariffs and quotas. But UK trade with the EU single market will still involve significant new barriers and costs in the form of extra paperwork and checks. Europeans exporting to the UK have spoken to the BBC about their concerns. Brexit is of course going to be very challenging as the UK is the biggest retail market we have.
Al Jazeera report. Tunisian judge orders detention of media magnate Nabil Karoui. A judge has ordered the detention of Tunisian media mogul Nabil Karoui on suspicion of financial corruption, a spokesman for the judicial court has said. The jailing warrant has been issued against Karoui in a case related to money laundering, a Tunis court spokesperson, Mohsen al-Dali, told the DPA news agency on Thursday. The order was issued after Karoui had earlier been summoned for questioning, the official said.
Al Jazeera report. U.S. begins process to set up Western Sahara consulate. The United States has started the process of establishing a consulate in Western Sahara, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said on Thursday, just weeks after Donald Trump's administration formally recognized Morocco's claim to the disputed territory. In a brief statement on Thursday, Pompeo said it was inaugurating a virtual presence post for Western Sahara, with a focus on promoting economic and social development, to be followed soon by a fully functioning consulate.
CNN report. Forced out of school during the pandemic, now she's pregnant. She's one of millions of girls who won't return to the classroom. CNN is committed to covering gender inequality wherever it occurs in the world. This story is part of As Equals, an ongoing series. Bella says her unplanned pregnancy made her mother so furious that she beat her. She had no idea that the 19-year-old had begun exchanging sex for cash in order to help pay for food for her 3 younger siblings and 2 cousins, who lived together in a one-room house in a waterfront slum community in Mombasa, Kenya.
Fox report. How Iran's central bank currency system is manipulated to fund regional proxy wars. While subjected to years of sanctions and a maximum pressure campaign inflicted by the Trump administration, reports indicate that the Iranian regime and its military wing, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps (IRGC), may have found a crack in their financing system, giving them access to millions in funds. Since March, Tehran has managed to acquire some $15 billion worth of foreign currencies. The money is then inflated and sold by the Central Bank of Iran (CBI), its governor Abdulnazir Hamati recently said.
CNN report. Dominion Voting Systems CEO doesn't rule out legal action against Trump. The chief executive officer of Dominion Voting Systems on Thursday did not rule out taking legal action against President Donald Trump, as the election technology company has been the target of conspiracy theories about voter fraud after Trump's election loss to President-elect Joe Biden. CEO John Poulos confirmed on CNN's New Day that the company would be taking legal action against several individuals promoting lies and amplifying those lies on various media platforms since Election Day.
BBC report. U.S. election 2020, FBI links Iran to websites targeting poll officials. The operation demonstrates an ongoing Iranian intent to create divisions and mistrust in the United States and undermine public confidence in the U.S. electoral process, it added. The websites and social media accounts, called Enemies of the People and Enemies of the Nation, were created in early December and included the names, photos, contact details and home addresses of 38 U.S. federal, state and local officials, as well as private citizens employed by Dominion, which sells electronic voting software and hardware.
CNN report. Here's where things stand on Biden's cabinet deliberations. President-elect Joe Biden enters the Christmas holiday with the vast majority of his cabinet nominees announced, yet final deliberations continue for 2 of the most high-profile positions in his administration, Attorney General and CIA Director, it's just a matter of getting to it and through it and being able to announce them, Biden told reporters Tuesday. We're just working through all the efforts to do due diligence.
Thank you for watching 5 p.m. recap. To be notified, you can subscribe our channel and activate the bell.